So let's talk about the world government's involvement with the current island that we're on in One Piece. But if you're not caught up to the manga, I have to give you a spoiler warning up to chapter 1143. If you aren't caught up, then scroll on. So Curtis asks if I think that King Harold was actually secretly working with the world government and that's why Loki had to kill him. Yes, I do. I've already made a video about this, but let's go over it again. Because honestly, the theory still stands. I had to switch my image because that was a fan translation. But in this particular panel, when we get the first image of King Harold, it is explained that he was the greatest king in Elbaph history. He loved peace and attempted to bridge the gap between Elbaph and the rest of the world. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really trust history that much. And honestly, this sounds like a lot of propaganda. Because if we're being real, what has the world government done for any of the countries that are specifically affiliated under the world government? It's been a problem on every single one of them. Now, I've got a little theory that I'm not completely convinced on yet, but I've been running with it for a while. I think King Harold was in possession of a couple incredibly important devil fruits. We know one of them is whatever devil fruit that's been passed down along this family lineage, that apparently Loki has right now. That's what everyone thinks Loki killed King Harold for. My theory goes that King Harold was trying to potentially make a deal with the world government. He will give them an incredibly rare devil fruit, one that could potentially have godlike powers, and in return, he would get support from the world government. To be completely honest, I'm not very sure what Harold specifically wanted from the government yet. But we can easily imagine if the world government started getting access to the resources that Elbaph had, it could be a real problem. With that in mind, I can't help but think about this particular panel right here. Frankie mentioning that there is so much wood from the Atom Tree, which is the wood that was used to make the Sunny. It's incredibly rare, incredibly sturdy, all of that. Ripley says maybe I should go into a business and start selling it. And Frankie's like, no, you should be the one stopping that. This is a holy tree, don't you go cutting pieces of it loose now. It makes a lot of sense that the world government would want access to a tree of this proportions to be able to harvest as much of it as they possibly can. So with all of this in mind, it's to be assumed that Loki might have found out that Harold was trying to do this and he knew that this would spell doom for all of Elbaph. So Loki had to stop him. And in this most recent chapter, Loki says to Hiriden specifically, they say I killed Dad with pure murder in my heart, but you don't believe that, do you? And he's like, oh. Ain't no way Loki's the bad guy in this story. He might be a bit of a gray character and he might be willing to do some bad things to get to the point, but my man is riding for Elbaph without a doubt. And King Harold, he's the problem. And if you like this theory and want more of this content, I put long form versions up on the red play button app, of course, and we also have a Discord in the bio where we have a full theory crafting section. We do live streams every Sunday when the new chapter comes out. Come hang out with us. I'd love to see you.